recently had the pleasure to go and see The Dishwasher by Maurice Punish. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. And then it was starring, the comedy was starring David Essex, who is actually a famous actor that I didn't know. The performance was at the Birmingham Repertory Theatre, which is known as the Red Theatre in Birmingham, and the reason I choose that particular theatre is because they have their own costume. The costume are designed in house, as well as the set. The performance itself, what I found most fascinating, although my main focus sometimes might be costume, but for this particular play, I was taken aback by the set, because I thought it was absolutely beautiful and very realistic. The set was of that room in a dishwash room, which is really dirty, but it was so well done that you felt like you were actually in the real place. And the person who did it paid a really good attention to details. You could see the smoke coming out as on stage, as well as all the pipe on the dishwasher and all these kind of details. In terms of costume, it was mostly a modern play, and I haven't seen any modern play before, so I was kind of interested in as to what the costume would look like, because it's pretty similar to what we wear now. So I was interested to see what the artists would kind of, how the us was linked with the day we are now. And because people that have worked there for a very long time, so the clothes were supposed to be very dirty, and that was done perfectly well. And it didn't look like they just throw it in the dirt and then just walk on it. It was done so well done that you actually thought that the clothes were just used, and so that's what I like. However, one of the things that I didn't like about the costume was the shoes of one of the characters, and the character was an old man, and he was wearing plastic shoes, and I thought it felt as if it was out of place to me, and I thought it shouldn't have been so noticeable, and to me it was a bit distracting from anything else. The play itself was it was a comedy, so it was very, very funny, but like funny in a dry way, because it was actually quite a political play and about social class, and there were four characters. The first character have been working as a dishwasher for a long time, and he was the main character. The second character has just been employed, but he was very rich, so he's kind of like, oh, I was rich once, what am I doing dishwasher? So the person who I've been working for so long is kind of trying to persuade him that this is a really good job, what you're talking about, and there's this kind of oppression of social class going on. So I think the play was really interesting, or more interesting than I thought it would be, because of how political it was. And overall, I would definitely recommend the play, because for all the ages, I think it's really, really funny. But for someone who is very intellectual, I think it's like food for thought. Yeah.
Yeah, some feedback. It was really good to see once again your interest in the costumes, and also the fact that you mentioned the rep to their costumes in house, which showed that you'd done a bit of research about the venue. That was good, and it was good to see. It was good to see how you were interested in modern costume as like a new thing for you, and that you were interested to see how it look. And you also mentioned the negative this time, and how you found parts of the costume distracting, which is, I thought it was good that you explained why that was a negative. And it was also good that at the end you kind of recommended it to a particular group as just to say, like, you know, go and see it will be suitable for this kind of group. That was good.
I liked that you went more on about the set than the costume, because it shows how that much of an impact the set had on you compared to your normal, usual thing which you look at. That was nice. And it showed that you thought about it pre-hand as well when you said you didn't know what to expect, and then you saw it and changed your mind. I liked the mention about the plastic shoes. And was the play set modern then, or was it set like 1930s or something?
It was in modern.
Okay. Cool. I think I'll have to see the costume to think about plastic
when
shoes.
I like to take photograph, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand. And I like your understanding of the play as well, and I recommend some recommendations.
I've got that it was good to see an expansion of knowledge into set design. It was good to say the limitations of costumes, not just the positive stuff, but the limitations in regards to the shoes. And it's good to say about the in-house costume design, because, like Jess says, that shows that you've done background history of it. And the recommendations was very good.
Thank you.
I think that you, when you described sort of the person you were talking about the smoke, and you said about the person behind the smoke, and then it made me wonder if you might need to do a little bit more research into the different players who were involved in putting that piece together and the different roles. So I wondered, it would be very easy actually to, being as the show's still on at the moment, isn't it? To do some research into the people, the team that put that piece on, and also the different roles that play and what each person does. And I also wondered about the plastic shoes. I wondered if there was more of because with a designer, as you know full well, and there are decisions that are made because they're symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
So I wondered whether the fact that the plastic shoes jarred with the character was it was supposed to be symbolic. So I don't know, because I haven't seen the piece.
What I thought they used those particular shoes was because he was as an old man who couldn't quite walk properly. What I didn't like about it just stood out more than it should have.
Yeah. But I just think it's
yeah,
because it would be interesting
Yeah.
to actually. I'm sure you could send an email into Rep as well to say I'm interested in the shoes. Why were those shoes chosen for that character? And I'm sure you'd get a response. Or you could even tweet it. You could probably tweet it and get a response. I'm sure the marketing team would come back to you. But I would just say, as an opportunity, I think you should look into the different roles that play to put that piece together, because in terms of the smoke, it won't be a person. Well, it will be a person, but it will be a member of the technical team, won't it? But who was behind it? Was it a lighting design decision? Was it which part of the team? It won't be lighting necessarily, but if you think about it, it's all these different component parts, all these different people pulling together to put that piece on. So who was it? Was it the technical team who were behind that decision to have the smoke there? Was it the set designer who worked with the technical team? How many people were involved in that sort of process to put that piece together, to stage it? Really good review though, well done.